Joe, I'm buying you a cup of coffee right after the show. If you want. What's it cost? $3?
All right. Later.
What are you doing?
Later, up later.
You're welcome. Today is gonna be the day that I break it all back to you. By now, you should have found out that I'm the two. I don't believe that anybody loves you like I do. About you now. Today, Joe is on the set and coming on back to you. What's up, Joe?
How you doing, everybody?
How you doing, everybody? It's Jordan Joe in the house.
Good afternoon.
Whoops, I'm sorry, Joe.
Yeah.
Got him?
3 o'clock in your
3
city.
o'clock. Is it 3 o'clock right now, Joe?
Yeah.
Why do you keep moving out of the way of the shot,
I
Joe?
don't know that I've seen.
Why do I gotta keep moving my camera? Why is my camera moving? What's poppin', everybody? It's your old pal Boogie Bob, along with his faithful sidekick and companion, strictly plutonic. Strictly plutonic. That's Jordan Joe.
Hi, Kevin Butler. How are you doing?
Hi, Nevin Cutler. Hi, Clever Lutlow.
How you doing?
Kevin Butt Plug. Joe, that's not nice. That is not nice.
Butler.
Butt plug is not nice, Joe. That's an insult in some
L-E-R.
cultures, but in other cultures, it's a compliment. Maybe Joe meant it as a compliment.
How you doing, Revlon?
Hi, Revlon. Hi, Revlon.
Long time. But yeah.
Joe, did you watch any TV last night?
Yes, I watch TV all the time.
Did you watch the State of the Union?
No, I
Of course.
don't care about no union.
Joe don't care about it.
It's gonna be the same.
You sound like a communist, Joe.
It's gonna be the same. The Democrat, Republican, all the same. The same.
Same shit, different day.
Different names.
Say it, Joe. Same shit, different name.
Well, actually, I called back home in Amman, Jordan, and they told me the death toll is 17,000 deaths.
Yeah. Today it said 11,000, and it's definitely going to double.
And the wounded are 45,000. And I don't have too much money, but I did send $100 to Jordan Red Crescent.
The Red Cross?
No, Red Crescent is a Muslim.
Red Crescent.
Yes.
All right.
So that's all I can afford to
Well, I think it's beautiful, and I would like maybe we could put up some links. Rev, if you can find some links, you could put up some links so people could figure out how to donate to the Red Cross or to the people of Turkey and Syria who have gone through this horrible. Joe, almost as many people killed in one night in the whole war of a year. I don't know what the numbers of the war are, but it's tens of thousands.
Yeah, but then, yes. And the good news is they find a baby was born while his mother was dead.
Oh my God!
They did the right thing to save the baby.
They
He was
saved the
1
baby.
year old.
Save the baby.
But his mother and his whole family dead.
Well, it's a horrible
That's
tragedy.
the horrible future for this kid.
You know, I think sometimes people think, oh, it's a different country, so it doesn't affect me. Guys, these are your brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles.
It could happen here.
It could happen here. If it happened here in New York, think of the...
We are supposed to feel with others.
Of course.
You feel for yourself.
Remember how tragic and horrible 9/11 was? 9/11 was 3,000 people, folks.
Love the others
3,000.
as
We
you
lost
love
20,000.
yourself. Yes.
Say it again, Joe.
Love the others as you love yourself.
Boom. Some people don't love themselves, and that's some of the problem. There's Kevin Butler right there, Joe.
How you doing, Kevin Butler?
He called you Kevin Butt Plug earlier, and I chastised him for it because I didn't think it was right. I didn't think. Sugar Bay, God bless you. I see you in all my comments. Sugar Bay has seen about 300 videos in the last 2 days.
How you doing, Sugar? How are you?
Hi, Sugar. Hi, Sugar. Sugar, ah, honey. There it is, guys. There it is, Joe. Joe Biden. Joe Biden. First of all, I watched the whole thing beginning to end. And I'm sure there was plenty of lies because that's what politicians do. Trump did it more than anyone. And it would have been very nice if we could have had some kind of unity. But last night, Joe, Marjorie Taylor Trash Green was just screaming. Joe, there used to be a bit of decorum. There used to be some kind of class in the chamber. She's jumping up, "You're a liar! You're a liar!" I don't think that's right. I don't think it'd be right if Democrats were jumping up and yelling at Trump. I don't think that this horrible, grotesque, skanky piece of crap should be representing any Congress at all. Yelling and, "You're a liar, you're an effing liar," and all that. I did see George Santos was there last night, Joe, you know, the liar from New York.
Yes.
And Mitt Romney, he tried to go up and shake hands with Mitt Romney. And Mitt Romney says, "You don't belong here. You're despicable. You should be. You're an embarrassment. You should be embarrassed. You should be sitting in the back row, not in the front row, trying to shake hands with all the senators."
Well, he tried to be a comedian, a liar.
A comedic liar.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's his end.
Joe, look at this. That's my dear friend Pink. Well, I'm friends with her husband, not Pink. But there's Pink. She's got kids. She's 50-something years old now. God bless her. She's doing her thing. Florida is jawsome. Florida is jawsome. Instead of awesome, they try to make a play on the word jawsome. It's just stupid. The writer of this, Selim Algar, you're a moron. Even sharks love hanging out in Florida beaches. The Sunshine State, Joe, that's what Florida is. The Sunshine State led the world in unprovoked shark attacks in 2022. There was more shark bites in Florida than even Australia, Joe. That's hard to believe.
Well, good for them. They're hungry. If you take their food, they're gonna bite you.
Taking my headset off. How's my vocal? Can you guys hear me okay?
Can you hear me, Mr.
Can you hear me, Mr. Kevin?
Revlon, is he coming to
Rev's
our
here.
new show?
Rev's right there.
Really?
Yeah.
Can't see too far, yes.
Rev says you're good. Yeah, my screen is pretty messy. Plus you got the sun shining. Let the sun
You need
shine.
to clean up.
I think you don't need to get a table where we're sitting right with the damn sun, Joe. Joe don't care.
Now I can see, yes.
Now you can see. Sunshine, my only sunshine.
Hi, Sunshine. How you doing?
I don't think sunshine's in here. Guys, I'm going to do this. We're still there.
We are back.
We're back. We're back. I need some Windex. I'm on my phone constantly, Joe. All my shorties calling. You know how many shorties call me, Joe. You're here. You see the phone ringing off the hook. Shorties. Every shorties right now looking at me. 16, Joe. There was 16 shark attacks in Florida. There was only 57 globally. 57 worldwide. That's pretty good. 8 billion people and only 57 shark attacks. 28%. Robert De Niro is speaking out about the woman who robbed him, Joe. This is the woman who went in his damn house and started stealing packages from underneath the tree. Hi, Karina. How are you? Hi, Valerie. Hi, Mr. Levla. Hi, Kevin. Robert De Niro opened up about the break-in at his Manhattan townhouse, telling the Post it was very sad situation. He actually feels bad for the serial burglar allegedly caught opening Christmas gifts under his tree. You break into Robert De Niro's house, you start stealing art off the wall, steal his watches, don't pick up his slippers, his grandma's robe. What are you, a moron? So, you go under the Christmas tree and you're stealing presents, you're not getting nothing good under there. Are you crazy?
Sometimes expensive stuff too.
There is.
He won't get no cheap gifts.
I know. He's going to get a bathrobe from grandma.
He's going to get the most expensive gifts.
I robbed Bill Gates' house. Really? What'd you steal under his tree? I stole his slippers. I stole a tie from his child. Go for the good stuff. But don't steal.
And go to
don't steal.
What's his name?
Bill Gates?
Bill Gates, yeah. That's the guy. go ahead.
He said in this interview, just this one interview where I'm reading right now, it says, he's 79, by the way, Joe. He's a 79-year-old Oscar winner.
How you doing, De Niro?
Hi, De Niro. It's just a sad situation. Unfortunately for everybody, he said, it's very, very sad. It's really sad. How many times you going to say it's sad? No shit, it's sad. It's sad.
You got a lot of money, so don't worry about
You're good.
$50 or $100 gift.
Joe, postpartum depression is what a lot of women get when they have a child. Postpartum is they go through this depression stage after childbirth.
They do. Yeah.
They have a brand new pill called the postpartum pill. As first of its kind pill for postpartum depression could be available for women in the USA by August. The drug, called Zerolone, is now being reviewed by the Food and Drug Administration and could be approved by August 6th, said the drug maker Sage Therapeutics.
Yeah, they got nervous after pill, you know.
Pinocchio Joe lies in state. Look at all the lies that said Joe. Now this is a post and they hate his gut, so I think most of these lies are lies on the post. Not even going to go through them. What's the point? Dangerous fault lines. Here's this horrible piece of shit. Look at this. Bro, you don't like Biden? Cool. No problem. You don't have to like him. You don't like Trump? Cool. But look at her. She's actually booing. Look at her. She's sitting there booing, yelling, liar, with her hook face. Just a despicable. I had a picture that I pulled up on the internet today of this lady. Someone made a meme. The internet is undefeated. There she is. Joe, this is her yelling liar at the president, and somebody put a monkey that looks just like her. Even her husband tried to distance herself from her last night.
Who tried to hit that monkey?
Nobody. Just a picture of this lady, this despicable lady. And yesterday, Joe, she spent all day walking around the corridors of the government building, of the Capitol building, carrying a white balloon to simulate the balloon from China. She's a despicable, nasty, grotesque, sickening human being. And I'm not even talking about her politics, even though she's insane. All right, let's just see what else is going on here. I'm sorry. Boogie Bob, I like your show, but lay off Marjorie Taylor Greene. Joe, we talked about this yesterday. So sad. The cop. This is the guy who shot the police officer. We were debating on if he was critical or fatal. It is now fatal. He died overnight. This guy told the police officer, had nothing to do with him being a police officer, that he had a car he wanted to sell him. And when the officer showed up, now if this could happen to an officer, Joe, it could happen to any of us. The officer showed up, the shot and killed him. Probably robbed him. Hey, buddy. And look, here's the handcuffs of the dead officer. They used these to handcuff him when they caught him at a hotel.
You're not going to see the sun again.
I hope he doesn't. You kill a cop, it's over for you, bro.
It's over.
The off-duty NYPD police officer who was shot during a botched robbery attempt in Brooklyn over the weekend was declared dead on Tuesday night, late last night. Officer Adine Fayez, 26, a 5-year department veteran and a married father of 2, had been on life support in a Brookdale hospital since the cowardly attack. He was pronounced dead at 3:25 yesterday. Let's see, hundreds of cops lined the streets. Cops will turn out. He was shot in the head after he and his brother-in-law responded to a Facebook marketplace. And I don't never blame the victim, but here's where it went bad. They responded to a Facebook marketplace ad for a Honda Pilot, and the two were ambushed by armed would-be robber. The pair had $24,000 in cash on them.
You don't have to kill anybody for even millions of dollars.
That's correct. They had $24,000 in cash. This guy never had a car to sell in the first place. I hope he has a fun time the rest of his life in prison. We do not have the death penalty in New York, do we, Joe?
Well, he's not going to get no bail or no...
No, the gunman identified, he's also going to get beat up in that holding tank. Trust me, cops will get you. The gunman identified as by police as Randy Popper Jones of Harlem He fled the scene, but he could not evade our reach. Commissioners, they caught his ass. What a horrible, horrible thing to do.
It's the most important thing. How those people get the weapons? It's impossible.
It's horrible.
They carry weapons and they carry knives.
So,
they carry matches.
This is really sad news for me. It's happy news for them, I think. A Powerball winner in Seattle just won $754 million.
That's my son. He
That's
lives in
Joe's
Seattle.
son. You need to write him a letter, Joe. Tell him about your friend who does the
I
news.
was in Seattle. I lived in Seattle for 1 year.
I don't believe that.
And I didn't like to live there. So,
Did you really live in Seattle for 1 year?
yeah.
You lie so much I can never tell when you tell.
No, I can tell you stories about.
Did you see the
Seattle.
Space Needle?
Of course, I was on the top of it.
When
And
you were in Seattle, did you see the Grand Canyon?
Yes. I actually used to hang around the seaport because they have a lot of fish and chips.
They do.
restaurants.
That is fact. It also rains a lot in Seattle.
Yeah, beautiful.
Did you ever go to a Nirvana concert while you were there, Joe?
No, I don't go to no concert, but there was a lot of homeless people around too.
That is also true. Very true.
And I feel very bad for, especially they were, I think, from the native Indians, mostly native Indians.
This has to be probably the saddest picture I've ever seen, Joe.
He held his hand of his daughter while she is crushed. She's dead.
This is a
Why
man.
he hold his hand?
This is his, a man. There's the bed. By the way, Joe, the earthquake happened at 4:30 in the morning. Everybody was asleep.
They said
This-
if it happened during daytime while the kids going to school, there will be very small, death count because the kids, if they go to school, and that will be different.
This picture will win a Pulitzer Prize. It definitely will. It's poignant. It's sad. It's horrific.
Well, he can't.
He's there. He's holding the hand. You see his hand there.
But the daughter is dead.
The daughter is dead. She's under the rubble there, and that's his hand holding her hand. And look at his face. He's been there for hours, Joe. He refuses to leave the scene.
I will die if this happens to me.
Absolutely. Dad, Musette Hankar, holds the hand of his 15-year-old daughter, Ermac, who was crushed to death by the concrete in the family home. He has gone viral around the world because he refuses to leave his daughter. When my dad died, I was in the back room with him in the casket, and I just couldn't leave. I knew when they closed that casket, it would be the last time I saw him. So even though he's dead and his hand feels like wax, I held his hand as long as I could until the priest turned the lights off in the church and started sweeping. So I totally understand what's going on here.
And you know what the scientists said?
No.
All Turkey land moved west 7 meters
Oh my God, Joe.
against Europe. You couldn't believe it. I didn't know how
This
they
puts life in
figured out
perspective.
that the whole Turkey, you know how big it is.
Yes. I was
Moved
raised in
7 meters west.
It's a very old country, and they have a lot of very, very old buildings.
Yeah, you know, they're afraid this, if it happened in Istanbul, which you were in Istanbul,
That's nice.
would
I live
kill
in
millions
Ankara.
of people. Because Istanbul has about 20 million inhabitants. And
Photo.
we-
Go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
And we wish it never happened, but
Of course.
you never know. This
Hey.
happened all of a sudden, happened 4:30 in the morning.
This horrific and horrible loss. Joe says it's going to be 20 to 30,000 people by the end of the
Well, it's a guy I heard from Turkey, a guy, you know, he said probably we will have around 40,000 dead.
Probably.
Turkey. Syria has already 2,000 dead, but the number going up every hour and hour.
Officials late Tuesday. Look at Joe. Look at what the
Those
hell?
guys.
Holy smokes. My God.
Those from Philippines, those guys. They come and sit here in the sun.
Were they guys or were they girls?
It's boy, girls.
Boy, girl. Her dress was so short. I wanted to turn the camera out, but I felt it would have been a little disrespectful. The other one's pants were so tight. That's a girl with a special surprise for you. Fine, too. Both of them are fine. A photo of a father grasping the hand of his dead. I apologize for doing that during this.
Man, this make me sick.
Horrible. A photo of a father grasping the hand of his dead daughter trapped beneath concrete emerged Tuesday, underscoring the heartbreaking aftermath of the monster earthquake in Turkey and Syria. The 15-year-old girl earmark is among more than 7,800 people killed so far. Joe, they said officials Tuesday estimate the final death count will be well north of 20,000 people.
Well, another guy said it's going to go up to 40,000.
Well, that's horrific.
In both countries.
Of course. Rescue teams and civilians working in the freezing temperatures dug, sometimes with their bare hands, through the rubble trying to save people. Here is one bit of good news for the country, if nothing else but a beautiful milestone or a mark. Among those rescued was former World Cup star Christian Atsu, who was found alive but injured and being buried in rubble. This was a huge player for their soccer team. He's from Ghana, and he's a Turkish, they take their soccer very seriously.
Turkish citizen, okay.
Anyways, he was he's horribly injured, but he is alive and expected to recover. In Turkey, the death toll has climbed to over 5,000 people by Tuesday, with so many missing, so many.
That's 2 days ago, the number. I just saw it when I left the house, it was 14,000. And then another station tell you 17,000. You don't know what number is going to go up.
Well, let's switch gears. We're going to send our prayers, our love to anybody affected by this horrific, horrible tragedy. It'd be really nice if you would pray for these strangers tonight.
Pray it doesn't happen within 24 hours again, because the ground actually is very soft right now.
Many times the aftershock is what gets everybody.
Yeah. Well, I hope never happens.
Joe, this guy is Ron DeSantis. He's the biggest moron on the planet. He's the governor of Florida. In a huge fight with Disney over their wokeness. He hates gays, hates trans, I think he hates blacks, I'm almost positive. He's gotten rid of any kind of what he's called CRT theory, race theory in schools, where black folks are not allowed. Here, listen, slavery and racial politics.
Well, we're not going to attack anybody anymore.
Joe.
Let us say he is
against blacks, gays, and trans.
Okay.
Can't attack him.
Enough.
He's a piece of shit. How about that? All right. Joe's the civil of the two. Joe is the good one.
Disneyland is very expensive. My daughter couldn't afford it.
I wish Disney would say, you know what, we're leaving Florida and we'll go to somewhere else. Because he wants to pick a fight with this $1 trillion company and destroy the economy. Let's go ahead. By the way, he killed more people with COVID than Trump did. Bob, I love your show, man, but leave the politics out. How dare you care about people dying of COVID? All right, Joe, cattle rancher faces a sleigh rap. This is a cattle rancher. Very wealthy. If you're a cattle rancher, Joe, you know you're wealthy. You got money. Close encounter. Arizona rancher George Allen Kelly, 73, faces murder charges after allegedly shooting a migrant on his property. Shot a Mexican, hates the Mexican. Mexican's bad. He's the evil. Let's kill him.
That's a racist.
It's horrible racist. An Arizona cattle rancher has been charged with first-degree murder, and his bail is set at $1 million. He'll get out. Trust me. After he allegedly killed a Mexican national who was likely in the country illegally on his ranch just about 150 feet from the U.S. border. Joe, you know as well as I do, these people track across. How far do some of these migrants travel?
1,000 miles from South America till they reach USA. They probably walk. I don't know how they can do it.
It's horrible.
It's horrible. When they reach USA, somebody shoot them. That's the difference.
Okay, Joe. Shooter 6 in past choke. I don't know what that means. 6-year-old Virginia boy. This is the boy who shot the teacher, Joe. It's horrible. The 6-year-old Virginia boy who shot his first-grade teacher had a history of abusing others at school and even choked another teacher until she couldn't breathe. How does a 6-year-old boy choke a teacher? I would break his little arm off. Choke me. Choke me, bro. They would come to the school and arrest me because they said, why did you beat up that 6-year-old? Because he was choking me. So I punched him in his little bitch-ass face. Sorry, Joe. This is supposed to be a kinder show. I'm very stressed out, and there's a lot going on. And hatred and animosity does fuel the fire. I almost reactivated my Twitter account today, and I thought better of it. It said reactivate, and I said yes. And then it said password, and I said I'm not doing it because it triggers me and it makes me a bad person, and I want to be a better person. So I apologize that I want to punch him in his little bitch-ass face. I apologize. Battery's fine. We're good. We're good on the battery. Earlier alleged attack was detailed in the note. I don't care. Gas blast in Russia kills 5, Joe. One of the problems living in a city like New York City, Joe, is if your neighbor does something stupid.
The gas
blows up the house and kills all your neighbors with you.
I always take the plug out when I leave the house from the gas.
Okay.
It's very dangerous. Don't leave it on. You don't want to die while you sleep. That's terrible.
A voice told the mother of 3 to kill her children. I tried to tell you the story yesterday. Joe wouldn't let me. I can't.
Terrible.
Woman kills 3 kids. I can't talk about it on the show. Joe gets mad.
No.
They said a voice, and here's the 3 angels. Don't look, Joe.
I don't know if the father is around. I don't know what happened to him.
She tried to kill herself, and she paralyzed herself, so I got no sympathy for her right now. The father of Eunice Dwumfor, she's the New Jersey councilwoman that was shot and killed in her driveway out in front of her home last week. In what appears to be a targeted killing, said Tuesday morning his family is still in the dark about who shot his daughter. I hope that they catch them, whoever it was. Leave Madonna alone. Leave Madonna alone! Madonna is over 60, Joe. She's not going to look like a young kid anymore. If she wants to get a facelift or...
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work, but let her be comfortable.
Facelifts make the people older, you know.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does.
Your voice is a grown-up woman, and your face is a young face. That looks terrible.
Wow. How you doing? I am fine.
Oh boy, what a show, Joe! You haven't been taking your medication lately, bro? Because you turned kind of mean right there. I thought it was funny, but so you're saying a lot of times the guys and girls, not just ladies. You're not being a sexist, are you, Joe? You're saying older people that get... Look at this, Joe. Look how I look. I would really like to get this.
You can't go against nature.
I show up tomorrow. Hi, guys. It's your old pal, Boogie Bunch. How's it going? Hey, everybody. How's it going?
No, you can't go against...
Get a little nip and tuck. They just make a scar here, then they pinch it. And then your face gets a little tighter.
Stay natural. You're pretty at times.
I am very pretty, Joe. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving.
How is this donkey? What happened?
That's just a picture, Joe, of a donkey. Okay. That's just a picture of a donkey.
Well, I rode a donkey when I was a kid.
You rode a donkey?
And you know what happened.
You fell in love and moved to Australia?
This is honest news.
Oh, boy.
I took a donkey when...
I smell something fishy.
In the village south of Jerusalem. And I was riding it, and the donkey was crying all of a sudden.
You told me that before.
He rose his front leg. unbelievable. I looked at the snake on the floor.
Oh my God. The
You
donkey,
know
the donkey
who
saw a
was
snake.
scared? Me.
Of course, you're the one on the damn donkey.
Take the donkey back.
Joe, we talked about the war in Ukraine. We'll do it just for a tiny bit here. Deadliest day for Russians. Ukraine has come out and said in the last 24 hours that they killed 1,030 Russians. Ukraine was in England today, Joe, or yesterday. They're getting planes. They're getting long-range missiles. I think people forget that Britain is a nuclear power. Britain has a very deep army. They're no joke. As Joe said yesterday, at one time, the British Empire, the UK, they owned the world, correct? They dominated every...
They are not powerful anymore.
Well, they're still powerful. They're a nuclear power.
Yeah, they can't hit anybody because they're going to be finished.
They could be finished very easily, but they are a nuclear threat.
Yeah,
and they have a very large army.
We always pray for the peace.
Pray for peace.
They have no natural resources, nothing in Britain. They were robbing country. That's how they were strong.
That is facts.
Yeah.
Here they are, Joe. You wanted to see what the balloon looked like? Well, there it is. It fell in 40 foot of water. The U.S. military shot it down. How hard is it to shoot down a balloon, Joe?
I think they shot down the balloon over the Pacific.
They did.
Not over the land.
Nope, they shot it over the Pacific, 40 feet of water, and now they will go through everything.
It weighs around the 3 tons. I don't know that much. This is government business. I don't want to go through.
Joe, this next story, I think you're going to like. Well, there's a part you're going to hate, but I think you'll like it. Call him Coyote Pugly. Look at this dog, Joe. It's a pit bull. Some horrible owner dumped it, and it joined a pack of coyotes. A group of coyotes took him in. You're one of us now.
He's a friend of theirs.
A coyote pack in Nevada desert accepted an abandoned white puppy to run with them for several months before he was finally rescued. This dog ran with a pack of coyotes. A domesticated dog abandoned as a puppy. Who would do that? You should rot in hell, you piece of crap.
They protected him.
They did.
From his...
Thank God they didn't kill him. This is a pack of coyotes, bro. They'll rip you to shreds.
From his crazy owner.
Abandoned, left to die in the Nevada desert, was taken in by a coyote pack for several months. The white pooch was spotted traveling with coyotes and members of their pack for the whole summer. The unlikely friendship puzzled locals who posted sightings of the dog who they had named Ghost. Ghost had been living among the coyotes since July, and when the first report of the proximity of the wild animal was shared on social media, it seems likely that he had been put out between 7 and 8 months ago. Somehow, blah, blah, blah. Nearby residents spotted the dog and the coyote pack regularly, but were unable to approach. The dog, however, needed more human help than he realized. McCullen said he was recently informed that the dog was injured. The dog was actually injured, Joe. He was actually just running with them and eating with them. But then he started to limp. He starts limping. You know what the coyotes will do, Joe? They'll turn on him. They turn on the weak guy. They'll turn on him and eat his ass.
Yeah, they're going to eat him. Yeah.
They spent days trying to catch Ghost until finally he walked into a trap that they set Saturday night. When he got into the crate, he was just sat down like it was nothing.
He was angry.
He wasn't. They said he was just happy to be caught, I think. He's the sweetest, most loving dog in the world. He comes up to you. He wants to be petted. He wants to be held. Ghost's face and body were scarred from fights he had with he had a broken toe. He had lots of bite marks, probably from fighting with the coyotes. His toe had to be amputated. He also suffered skin issues. Despite all the injuries, he's shown no sign. Now he's going to be adopted by somebody who loves him and gives him a forever home. There he is. There's Ghost.
Yeah, he's already very good.
God bless him.
Yeah, very nice, very handsome.
Piece of shit guy in the news, Joe, is, can I say Kim Jong-il is a piece of crap or no? Kim Jong-un? He is Korean Kim Jong-un re-emerged in public on Monday for the 5th time in more than a month to tout his troops preparing for war and talking about nuclear war. What a horrible piece of crap. Two crooks posing as a con. Bob, I like your show, but I don't like it when you talk about Kim Jong-un. What do you ever do to anyone? Two crooks posing as Con Edison workers. Joe, we've talked about this on the show how many times? Someone knocks on your door and says they're Con Edison. Don't believe them. They're robbers trying to rob you.
Don't open
your door, bro.
No, Con Edison, but you have to have a badge.
They barged into a woman's Brooklyn home and stole her TV. They're stealing TVs, really? What kind of douchebags are you?
Yeah,
what are you in for? Murder? How about you? Grand theft? How about you? Stole a car? What about you? Took a lady's TV set that you could buy anywhere for $140. The duo told the female resident they were from a utility company, Con Edison, as they forced their way into her home in Rockaway Parkway near Brownsville around 12 p.m. They flashed a gun, but no shots were fired. The pair ripped off a TV, valued at $1,000. That must be a big-ass TV. What are they going to do, run down a street carrying a TV? FOH.
And the woman probably got scared. She
Of
didn't
course.
shout.
Joe, this is
Plenty beyond with COVID.
this is the one. You don't want to meet her. I don't want to meet her. This is the one that scamming in Miami. Pretty fine. A glamorous Miami real estate broker is facing federal charges after authorities said she used COVID relief funds for her new Bentley.
Bentley, that's $500,000 car.
She used her COVID relief funds for a new Bentley. Daniel Rendon received $381,000 through Small Business Administration Paycheck Protection. That's a PPP loan. They offered me $225,000. We turned it down because we thought we would be opening back up in a month. Then the second one came around. You got offered twice. The second one came around. It was $225,000. I gave my business partner with 2 days later filing for that one. I'll kill myself.
Oh.
I could use 225 racks right now, Joe. What about you?
I can use.
Oh, cheese, it's closing. Oh, boy.
Who's that?
It says, news from the business closure really stinks. Little Italy's Alviva Dairy, which bills itself America's oldest cheese shop, is closing March 5th after falling behind on rent during COVID. I don't know anything about it. Femme Fatale's fishy past. He brought the flowers, wine, and chocolate. She brought the drug-laced fish. A former beau of Russian-born dominatrix Victoria Iskova, who's on trial for allegedly trying to kill her doppelganger pal. This is the... Look at this piece of crap. I don't care. Joe?
How is
What time
everybody
is it,
today?
Joe?
Time for your astroscope.
What time is it,
How
Joe?
many?
I don't care.
3.
Do 2. Do 1. It's your thing. I don't get involved.
How is your involvement?
Joe, remember yesterday you picked your own?
Yeah.
I say pick them again. You did good yesterday. Pick 3 that you don't think we do enough of.
Well,
Because, they're going to say Sagittarius every day. You know that, Joe. Virgo, Sagittarius, Virgo.
if you were born,
Tammany says Sagittarius. Please. She put please after that.
I got
But that's up to
Sagittarius.
Joe. I'm getting
Sagittarius, you will be asked some searching question over the next few days, and perhaps the most important is, do you have the courage and the confidence to reach out and take what the world is offering? It is not like you to be timid, so act decisively.
Ask what? Who?
Decisively.
Decisively. Sometimes Joe butchers a word so bad I can't even say them. I don't know. Act decisively.
Well, we have
Joe, if you're
actually.
going to do anything, the main thing you need to do is act as legally.
Actually, if you were born on this day, anybody born on this day, I give you your horoscope.
There it is. Nobody, but
Mercury influence on your birthday will encourage you to speak up and let everyone know what you believe and why. Don't worry that some people may say you are losing your grip on reality. The truth is, you have never been more clear-headed.
hey, Joe, why do we have 15 cops standing around us right now?
The school's kids are
1,
coming
2,
out.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And yesterday there was a big fight because those kids, when they come
There
out,
was a big fight yesterday. That's fact.
they come from the school, they start fighting. I don't know what's the reason. Because they fight probably over a girl or...
Who knows? Joe, pick one more. Anyone you want. This will be your special one.
Okay, we have the Taurus then. You have been a bit
I tried.
too tunnel vision of late and need to expand your horizon behind your family and your career. Look at the world around you and ask yourself how you can assist in making it better place. Your input matters.
He does it all the time.
All right. We have the Scorpio, which is yours.
Don't just do what he wants. I ain't got no control.
I don't know how you're gonna be. Is your horoscope today? That's Robert
Shit like it
horoscope
always is.
today.
It's never good. Nothing ever good happens.
Keep your eyes and ears open today, because if you lose concentration or even a moment, you could miss out on an opportunity to turn a profit. Stay sharp and make sure if there is money to be made, you will be the one who is making it. Good luck, man.
I'll take it. Joe, did you do birthdays?
Well, yes, I do.
sound very promising.
I do birthday.
Joe, did you do birthdays?
I write birthday sometimes. Okay, this is the father of the science fiction. His name is Julius Verne.
Jules Verne.
Yeah, you know him? He was born on this day. He wrote.
I apologize.
Okay,
I had nothing to do with it. Second.
Lana Turner.
Lana Turner. Back in the day, Joe, when a girl was hot, guys would go like, woo, 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 woo. I don't know what that means. Woo, woo, woo. Lana Turner was considered a huge movie star.
Yes.
Pin-up girl, one of the first pin-up girls. I don't know nothing else about her. She was fine. I know that much.
Fine, good actress, yes. Jack Lemmon, birthday today.
Jack Lemmon was an Academy Award winner, wonderful actor, one of the all-time great. You first know him from The Odd Couple, him and Walter Matthau, not the TV show, the movies. Had a huge role in 12 Angry Men, and just a brilliant actor.
But lately you don't hear from them anymore.
They're dead.
I don't know why.
He's 130 years old, he died. No, he's
Well, I don't think he is that
Jack Lemmon
old.
is dead.
Maybe he is in the 80s or something.
Somebody type in Jack Lemmon. He would
Jack
have been 100.
Lemmon?
Jack Lemmon died.
He
years
said
ago.
100. What 100?
He's going to be, if he's not alive anymore, I think he died at 85 or something. Him and
Really?
Walter Matthau.
He
Someone do a Jack Lemmon for me. Grumpy old man, absolutely. That was a good. Died in 2001, Joe.
He did?
Come on, Ruh.
God bless him. Okay.
Come on, Ruh.
Okay, 2001?
2001, that's 22 years ago. Oh, no wonder we ain't hearing about it.
Okay, good luck.
Good luck. Good luck being dead.
Stay in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, okay. We have James Dean.
James Dean was, Joe, a true tragedy. He was a really handsome young man, phenomenal actor. He would have been one of the biggest of all time. In fact, he was the biggest in the world when he died. He Rebel Without a Cause, was his big breakout hit. He did a couple others, Giants, something like that. I can't remember. But Joe, he went out, he was the most successful young, handsome guy in all of Hollywood, Joe. And he was being compared to a Marlon Brando or a Paul Newman.
Yeah.
He went out and got himself a Porsche, Joe, and he ended up being in a horrible car wreck and was killed. It was a horrible day for anybody in the theater. I was before my time. But James Dean was an absolute icon. Talking about him to this day.
I think his
Only
funeral was around here in Actors Church, isn't it?
No,
That's not him?
No.
Oh, that's okay.
Don't just make up
You
shit.
know who else was killed in the car accident like that? Jane Mansfield.
Jane Mansfield was beheaded. So,
She was
I believe
they
she was
didn't find
beheaded.
her head actually, crushed.
But yeah, she was Jane Mansfield was another pinup girl, just absolutely beautiful. A lot of times people would get her confused with Marilyn Monroe. I think she was there before Marilyn, but she was a very voluptuous woman.
Well, we have John Williams.
John Williams is probably the greatest song composer of all time. It's the same John Williams. What's he say? What's he say, Joe? What did he do? Joe didn't write no notes.
He has he was I think
A composer. He did Jaws and Star Wars and
composer and actually director.
John Williams, I believe.
Okay, there's a wrestler by the name Big Show.
Do you know who the Big Show is?
Yeah.
The Big Show is the Giant. He is absolutely massive. He's still very much alive.
Is he still alive?
He's still alive. He was like 7'2", Joe, 500 pounds, almost as big as Andre the Giant. Never met Andre the Giant. Never even saw him in person because he was so young. But the Big Show, Paul Wright. Who said that? What do you know about that? Look at Ambrose. Ambrose just showing off right now.
What's he saying?
The Big Show, Paul Wright. What else you got, Joe?
We have a Clay Thompson, basketball Hall of Fame.
Klay Thompson is not in the Hall of Fame yet. He will be. He's a player for my team, the Golden State Warriors. He's a brilliant player. He's number 2 on the team behind Steph Curry, of course, or maybe 3 behind Draymond Green. But he would be a starter on any team in the world. And Joe, I want to make sure that I don't forget to talk about LeBron James, what happened there. But we'll talk about that in a minute when we go to sports.
Oh,
Because
right.
I'm the big sports guy. That's what I do, Joe.
Oh, okay. I like wrestling. Watch wrestling.
I love wrestling.
Yeah. Well, we have on a death row. Peter the Great, the Khazar of Russia, died on this day.
The what of Russia?
Khazar, you know, that emperor. of
Sorry.
Russia.
The C is silent, Joe.
Charles Wilkes, explorer of Antarctic.
Charles Wilkes. I don't know.
Okay. Mad Dog. Mad Dog, he's a mobster. His name is Mad Dog Cole, C-O-L-L. You're not interested
You
in
ruined
that.
the show, Joe.
Okay.
You single-handedly brought our
Connie-
show to a screeching halt.
Connie Mack.
Connie Mack was a baseball player. He was also a manager of the Oakland Athletics, not the Oakland, Philadelphia Athletics. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Why did you ruin the show, Joe?
Well, we
Even
have
Valerie is disgusting.
Marty Schottenheim. Heimer.
Very good, Joe.
You know him?
Marty Schottenheimer is also a Hall of Fame, but he's in the Football Hall of Fame. He's a coach. He was a coach for the Chiefs. I think he might have came up through the Browns organization, but he retired with the Chiefs.
Yeah, he died.
And he died like a year or 2.
Yes. Well, we have a British magnate.
I quit.
His
I quit.
name was William Lyons.
I quit.
He owns Jaguar Cars Company, which is my brother's favorite cars. Always
Oh, Jaguar.
Jaguar.
You have a brother?
My brother loves those
Why don't you
Jaguar.
ever speak about your brother, Joe?
Well, he's
thought
in
you were only
Jordan.
child.
He's in Jordan. He doesn't order it from here.
Does he watch your show?
Yeah, yeah.
Say hi.
I talked to him on New Year's Eve and Christmas time.
What's his name?
Imad. I-M-A-D.
Imad. Assalamu alaikum, Imad. God bless you.
Amen.
All the
good.
way from New York with your brother
Right.
George. Joe.
Now talk to us.
Is your
about-
older brother or younger brother?
We're 1 year older because
He's 1 year older, 148 years old.
actually the Arabs, they make kids every year one kid. Stop.
When I was in high school, it went grade 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Yeah, they do.
And my sister was 9th, I was in 10th, my brother Gene was in 11th, my brother Bill was in 12th. All four of us. My
They-
parents did a lot of
1 year
in the
after
60s,
that, yes,
in the
yes.
early 60s.
My grandmother has 21 kids.
We were born in 61, 62, 63, and 60, 61, 62, and 63.
You won't
Your
believe
grandmother has how many kids?
21.
Holy crap.
There is 2 left right now. 2 uncles left.
God bless them.
One is 89, I think, and the other one 80. God bless them.
God bless them.
One of them lives in Lebanon, one of them lives in Egypt.
And you live in New York. Hey,
I
girl.
lived in New York. I tried to call him yesterday, but he no answer. Sometimes they out
Doing things.
doing things.
Joe, we had a migrant.
Yes.
A migrant that was shipped here on a bus from Texas or Florida, ended up at the Port Authority. He ended up trying to commit suicide in the city's new shelter in Brooklyn. 26-year-old, it can probably be very, very, very stressful. You leave your homeland, you come here, you don't know anybody. The 26-year-old mom is Iowa. That's right, my mom is Iowa. Bancroft. Stand up, Bancroft. Migrant tried to commit suicide in the city's new shelter in Brooklyn. 26-year-old man was found suffering from self-inflicted stab wounds. Joe, it's horrible to commit suicide, but to do it by knife?
Yeah, but
That's-
actually it's very
I wish I
sad.
could take
Very
this guy
sad.
out to lunch and tell him I love him. Give him a job.
Well, if he waited longer, he will get used to the new life.
Well, the man used a straight razor to cut his right forearm in one of the bathrooms. The new shelter houses up to 1,000 migrant men. Can you imagine how big that place is? It's probably very big, very cold, and very empty. And I don't mean cold by temperature. I just mean it's a manufacturing. God bless it. I'm glad it's here to help people, but I don't suppose you're sitting on a sofa watching TV with your loved ones. Probably a very
Yes.
here's a bed, here's a cot, there's a thing. This is new, Joe. Me and you, I think you cracked the case, but this is Gabby Petito. This is a young girl, Joe. Do you remember last year we covered it extensively? Her boyfriend killed her in the desert. You had said all along that he would be, and then he disappeared. His family helped him escape, and then he was found 2 months later, eaten by alligators, laying on the banks of a... Joe, you had predicted the whole time that he was dead. I said the guy's hiding out in the swamp somewhere. Well, here's a picture. This is a selfie she took the day before she was murdered. This guy was an abuser. He deserves to rot in hell. I hope he's the footstool of the devil as we speak. But this is a really horrible thing, Joe. He was beating this poor girl up. She just wanted to find love and travel across the country, and unfortunately, she traveled with this guy. Never before seen photo shows Gabby Petito with blood smeared across her face just weeks before she
don't
was
know.
found beaten to death.
I
Well, it
don't
took
know
a while
why
to find
she's
her.
dead with him after.
Well, they were in a van cruising across the desert. She had nowhere to go. She probably thought it'll be over soon. I'll go home. He killed her. George Santos. We talk a lot about this guy on the show.
How are you
He's a-
doing, George Santos?
Hi, George Santos. Joe and George used to be roommates. More lies are coming out of George Santos, Joe. Guess what he said now?
Well,
Now he says he was on New York when a lot of these lies were at his fundraisers, where he would be, saying, guys, it's great to be here. I hope you vote for me. By the way, and this latest one, Joe, he says he was mugged on Fifth Avenue, robbed, assaulted, and they stole his shoes. It was so bad, Joe, that he went to the police department, and the police drove him home and stood guard with their guns outside his apartment overnight. First of all, Joe, you live in New York. If you get robbed on Fifth Avenue and they steal your shoes, are the cops going to stay outside of your house all night, Joe?
They just tell you.
They tell you to go home, watch TV. They ain't doing it, bro. They're not doing it. I'm sorry.
They are out of trouble. That's all they do.
They're gonna say it's so. Yeah. So now, so if the police, he could say he was robbed, and they took his shoes, and he called the cops. He could say that, and then maybe they don't find a police report. But you can't say that they stayed outside of his door overnight to protect him. I want to thank the police officers who waited outside my apartment overnight with guns drawn, ready for the... It didn't happen. They searched records, never happened, no police report, no nothing, no... the guy's a creep, Joe. The House Ethics Committee is looking into lying Long Island Republican George Santos is moving through his ethics find. There's just too many, Joe. There's dozens and dozens and dozens. Anyways, goons rob a smoke shop. Joe, you know these smoke shops. Don't go in there, bro. You're gonna get robbed too.
I never even thought going in.
Nope.
No.
Where do you get your weed from, Joe? The smoke shop, or do you get it on the street?
I do not weed.
I do not weed. That's Joe's new shirt. I do not weed.
If I want to weed, I take leaves, 3 leaves, and I roll them.
There you go.
When they dry up,
There you go.
I roll them.
I actually bought an eighth for $35 for one of my shorties yesterday in a weed shop. These bandits threatened, 2 bandits threatened Brooklyn smoke shop workers with a hammer and punched one of them in the face before snatching hundreds of dollars in cash and CBD products. It's on video. The name of the place is called the Hubble Bubble. The Hubble Bubble Smoke Shop. I have a weed spot in California, thanks to my dear friend Mike Mosley, and we're called Cream. Kream. Get us in Sacramento. We deliver. Joe, you said something about Chipotle earlier. Have you eaten at Chipotle lately?
No, not lately.
You like it?
Yeah, last
What do you
week
get there? What do you get at Chipotle, Joe?
Well, I got chicken, rice, and beans, and avocado, and so forth.
Avocado?
No,
Oh, avocado. Avocado.
I like avocado.
I do too. I do too.
It wasn't taste good until you put avocado.
Put avocado, it changes the whole structure. Joe, something happened last night. First of all, the Islanders beat the Kraken. I don't know what the hell the Kraken is. Where's the Kraken?
I don't care about it.
Joe don't care about Kraken.
Okay.
That's a hockey team, Joe. The Islanders beat the Kraken. I don't know where the hell the Kraken's from. Am I stupid? Las Vegas? I don't know. But they beat them. And something happened last night, Joe, that hadn't happened in 40 years. LeBron James, Joe. LeBron James wasn't even born when the record was set by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 1984, Joe. It was the most buckets or the most points, baskets.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, born Lou Alcindor, converted to a Muslim in the early 70s, dedicated his life to being a Muslim. He never wavered. He was the captain of the Lakers. He had the sky hook, and it was undefeated. You couldn't block it. He's 7'4", and then he does this hook, and there's no way unless you're 15 feet tall to block it.
You're gonna open up the roof of the car.
You have to open the roof. Anyways, he set the record, Joe, 38,383. 38,383, something like that. And that's the most points ever. They said it could never be broken. Michael Jordan didn't do it.
How you doing, Kareem?
Hi, Kareem.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum to you, Kareem. Well, guess what, Joe? Last night, LeBron James broke the record. Michael Jordan's number 5. Number 2 is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Number 3 is Moses Malone.
I was almost number 5, but
you hurt your back.
Behind now.
Joe hurt his back. So LeBron James last night, the Lakers did lose, but LeBron James hit a fadeaway and became the all-time scoringest basketball player ever. It could never be broken. There's just stuff that can't be broken. First of all, he's played, Joe, for 20 years. He's 38 years old, Joe. He scored 38 points, and he broke the record, which was 38,000. There's a lot of 38s. If you're going to play the lotto, play 38. But Joe, he's averaging now in his 20th year. This is when you start going down. Even Muhammad Ali went down. When you get older, Muhammad Ali was 38. Hey, brother, how you feeling? It's good to see you.
How you doing, Muhammad Ali?
Hi, Muhammad Ali. So what happened, Joe, is right now, LeBron James is averaging 30 points a game. He's ranked 7th in the league. At 38 years old, you're not supposed to be able to do that. He's going to play at least 3 or 4 more years, so it'll be over 40,000 points by the time it's done. Pretty sensational. Pretty. Joe did it too.
You wait until I play in the World Soccer in 2026. I am exercising right now.
All right.
So I'll be ready in 2026.
Well, the Knicks beat the Magic 102-98. I don't care. The Suns beat the Nets 116-112. And LeBron James is the new all-time points leader at 38,390, Joe. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at 38,387. Karl Malone is number 3. Kobe Bryant, who was brilliant in his own right, had 33 foul, and Michael Jordan had 32 foul. Anyways, you get the idea. Pretty astounding, astonishing benchmark. So that's all she wrote.
All right, my brother. Well, I hope you enjoyed our show tonight, and we are happy to have our old-timers.
All our old-timers in here. Look who's here, Joe. It's Streaming with Vinny G. Streaming with Vinny G, Joe. You love Vinny. Vinny bought you a little candies that day.
How you doing, Candyman?
Hi, Candyman.
You
got Nayan in the house. You got Brooklyn Born.
Valerie Wood.
Bone Man's all the way from Detroit watching you right now.
How
Joe.
you doing, Detroit? How is everything?
And Valerie Wood is in here. She's got her own typeset. Her typing is different than everybody else. Tanisia's here.
How you doing,
Joe?
How is the newspaper?
Sorry.
No problem.
Oh, they got you too. All right, they got them too.
Okay,
They blew my
dog
paper,
got
and
scared
then,
of that.
They blew their stuff too. The wind came and just took everybody's shit out of it. I blame Tunisia for that. Hi, Treat. How are you? I want to say to everybody, I appreciate you so much for coming to the new channel. We've uploaded already. When I say we, I mean Rev. Is uploaded already, Joe. 8 million videos on our channel. 8 million videos, Joe. I think we're at 300 videos right now. We're getting traction. We have only been live for a little over a week, Joe. We're almost at 500 subscribers. So once we get to 1,000, we can take the foot off the gas. We'll be able to put some links. We'll be able to have monetization, and we'll be able to put up the kind of videos that I've always wanted to do. We got 60 people in here, Joe. That's not, listen, we only got 470 subscribers with 60 people in here. We had 8,000 subscribers a week ago, and we had 60 people in here. So these are the real bread and butter. These are the guys that I wanted in here, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you had a good time watching. Joe, you got anything else to say to your fans?
Likewise, be happy. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. We will talk to you again tomorrow. But that ain't no promise. I don't know. Maybe we'll be here tomorrow night. I don't know. Might not even make it till tomorrow. We'll talk. Look who's here. Tom Slimmer.
How you doing,
I love me
Slammer?
some Tom
How is
Slimmer.
everything?
We used to call it Pop Slammer.
Here is Sanders.
Slammer.
Hello, Sanders.
Hi, Sam.
How you
M-Bot's here. Mr. Pop's in the house.
How you doing?
Pop. All right, guys, we got to run. I will talk to you later. All my shorties are lined up over here trying to holler at me. Joe, do you have any shorties?
How you doing?
Joe's a married man with no shorties. Hey, look, Charlie Manson's here today, Joe.
How you doing, Charlie? How is everything?
Any name I say, it doesn't matter.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter. Whitney Houston's here, Joe.
Whitney, how you doing?
George Washington. I can't believe George
How you
Washington's
doing,
here.
George Washington? How is everything?
Doesn't matter what name I
You
say.
came back to life after all these years.
He won't fall for the Hitler, though. Watch this. Hey, Hitler's here, Joe.
You too, you want to come back? We want to destroy the earth? Stay where you are.
Stay where you're at. Hunter Biden's laptop is in the house, Joe. We will talk to you guys again. God bless you. We're being silly and stupid. I'll talk to you. God bless. Be good. Be kind. Be
Amen.
loving. Amen. Joe says amen. He means it.
Have a nice day. God bless you.
Joe, I'm tired.